What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco. Can y'all hear me? Can we get a mic check? 1 2 1 2. Make sure everybody can hear me. What is going on? It's been a while. I haven't been on a live in a minute. You know, like a solo dolo live in a minute. But it feels good to be back. The Philadelphia Eagles do make a deal finally. It's not one that we want to see. Zach Pascal from, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure I'll learn it over this year. But Zach Pascal, I'm going to go with that. Maybe you got a little French in him. From the Colts, you know, this is somebody that Nick Sirianni has talked a lot about in his press conferences. The news broke from Dave Spadaro, I believe, is the first one that put it out there. Pretty sure, right? Because he works for the team. But I mean, look, I feel like, if I'm being 100% honest, I feel like it was a shut up Nick Sirianni move. I really don't feel like this pushes the meter anyways. Like, I don't feel like he's better than Quez Watkins. Obviously, he's not going to take Devontae Smith's job, and it's a one-year deal. I just don't know. I'm not in love with it. I think that we needed something that was either going to be that number two, or, you know, going to be somebody that was going to kind of take over the team as at that wide receiver position. I just don't think this was that big of a deal. I really don't. I hate to be pessimistic. I just think this was kind of a shut up fans and shut up the staff, because I know that Nick Sirianni's probably going to want a lot of, you know, his type of guys in this draft. So now I'm a little bit worried that Howie Roseman's going to mess this up. You know, I was getting a little bit anxious for the draft, thinking maybe we were going to do right by our players for once. But it don't look like it. It don't look like it. But what's going on, everybody? Let's see if I remember how to do this. We're going to go through the chat. What's going on, Drew? What's going on, Eagles Slayer? He said we get the Walmart version of Landry, perhaps. You know, I see a lot of people saying he's going to take over Quez Watkins' spot, but I think Quez Watkins' ceiling is not only higher, I think he's better right now than Zach Pascal. And you know, look, it might be the bias because I've seen, you know, Quez Watkins full year, right? So, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is a guy that even is going to come into the room and be a solidified starter day one. I think he's going to have to fight for a position, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's a one-year deal. But we're freeing up all this money. We're making all these moves for what? Do something. Like, I know we're striking out on a lot of guys, but this wasn't the something I wanted. It is what it is. What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fan 2? Where's Philadelphia Eagles fan 1? Why did Howie sign Zach Pascal? I truly believe that this was a Nick Sirianni signing. You know, obviously Howie Roseman has to, you know, make sure the ink hits the paper, but I think that this was Nick saying, listen, go get my guy. I'd love to have him here. It's a cheap deal. So I think this was more so for Nick Sirianni. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We already got 40 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. General with a J, JD says, talk to me nice. So do you like it? Do you like it? Because I know there's going to be some people that are cool with this. I'm sure there's going to be some people that are like, this is a good player. Drew Johnson says, seemed like the logical move. Don't hate it. Still better than J-Jaw. That's, if you look at it like that, then it's cool too. I just wanted a move, right? I think we were all itching to get like either a number 2 wide receiver or even maybe a number 1. Like I said, I know we struck out a lot, so it is what it is. But, you know, I don't know. I felt like I wanted a Red Lobster. I feel like they're giving me McDonald's right now, but you know, but the good stuff from McDonald's, right? Like, they're not giving me no day-old food, but it's still. What's going on, Jinx Wolf? What's going on, Brian Cruz says, can we sign OBJ, please? Is he still out there? I'll take OBJ and Landry at this point. You know what I'm saying? Fill my palate. Because the one thing that gets me nervous about this now is that if you're looking at the draft, a wide receiver kind of becomes a need, right? Maybe not a first round need still. Maybe you can talk yourself out of a first round need, but like second round, third round, you're looking for a guy that can start or at least impact the field immediately. So I don't know, man. What's going on, Eagles Unassessor? He says, yeah, what's good, Joe? Long time, my guy. Hope all is well. God bless and fly, Eagles fly. You already know. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. D Biggie, what's going on? What's going on? Philadelphia Eagles fan 2 says, hopefully J-Jaw gets cut later than. Maybe I would not be mad at that. I would be happy to see him gone. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say that. This pushes Rager. I said during the year I would love to see us bring some competition for Rager. Maybe not somebody that's gonna, you know, outright take his spot, but somebody that can kind of push him and try and get him to that next level. Maybe this is the type of guy that does that. Maybe now, Rager's looking at his spot like, damn, all right, I really got to fight and I really got to put some work in. So maybe this lights a fire under their butt, but I'm with you right now. Snarvel says yawn. I'm with you right now. Drew says not a surprising move. Not really. You know, when you really read into it, it really isn't that surprising of a move. I gotta plug my laptop in, y'all, or there's gonna be a short. There's gonna be one short live if I don't plug my laptop in. All right, we good. We good now. But Takeem says he can play all 3 wide receiver spots. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched a lot of film on him. I haven't been a guy that watches the Colts every week, but you know, just looking at his numbers, and I know numbers don't tell a full story. I'm one to preach that, so I can't really just go off numbers. I'm gonna watch him, right? I'm gonna watch him, and I'm gonna see what happens. But I don't know, man. We need Jarvis on top of that. I don't know if I want Jarvis Landry, if I'm being 100% honest. I think I would take OBJ over Jarvis Landry if they're coming at the same, close to the same price. I don't know. That's just me, though. What's going on, Ryan Rowe? One says, man, basically this ish was whack. Yeah, this offseason been way more tame than I expected. I knew we weren't going to go crazy. Don't get me wrong, but I thought we would hit big on 2 guys. I thought we would get a wide receiver and maybe a safety or a DN, which we got a DN. That's awesome. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really think we would go hard after Hassan Riddick, but I knew it was an option. I think him wanting to come to Philly is really what brought him to Philly, if we're being honest. 6'2", 230. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. An alternative to Greg Ward Jr. in the slot, bigger veteran body in the slot. Look, man, I would have honestly just kept Greg Ward. If this was what I mean, I guess you're right, though. You know, beggars can't be choosers. I wanted to get more talent in this room. This is definitely a talented young man. So I guess beggars can't be choosers. What's going on, Adi? What's going on? Takeem Pascal is 6'2", 215, not 230. At 15, that 15 pounds, something different. At 15 pounds, hit different. We got Mandolin in the building. That's a superstar right there. That's my woman right there. So y'all better keep that. That's my wifey right there. Sean Williams, Rager may be gone after this signing. I don't think so. Honestly, I think it's going to be more so like J-Jaw, more so like, you know, the bottom of the list guys. I don't think that it'll be Rager. I think they're going to try again with him, whether we like it or not. Zonated Jim says, yo, what's going on, Zonated? Our GM is cheap. We knew this, though. We knew this going into it, right? We knew he wasn't going to go crazy. Drew says, I doubt they move on. Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, J-Jaw will probably be gone, if anything. Andre says, I think we're going to get our number 2 in the draft, and Pascal will be, I mean, that's probably where we're heading now, but I wish that we didn't have to, because now I feel like we're going to pass up on a safety. We're going to pass up on a linebacker. We're going to pass up on something that we needed to go and get a wide receiver when I felt like there was options out there. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. You know, like I said, beggars can't be choosers. We definitely wanted to get some talent, you know, injected into that wide receiver room, and that's what they did at a cheap rate, you know. So this is what the Eagles do. This is unfortunately what the Eagles do. I'm not feeling this one, Chris. Well, I feel you, Chris. I feel you, Chris. This guy is replacing Jalen Rager because we can't get any wide receiver. Yeah, that's, you know, look, that's the one thing that kind of stays on my mind is like, why do people not want to come to Philly? So it's, yeah, you know, people are definitely turning us down left and right. I was watching his highlights. He was used like Rager. So, all right, maybe he does take him over. We'll see. We'll see. J-Jaw will be gone. That's what I'm thinking. 220 according to Colts website. Well, Colts, look, the Colts kind of, I mean, a lot of people are hating on the Colts, but honestly, the Colts got the best out of this deal. They turned Carson Wentz into a 3rd round pick and Matt Ryan. So, I mean, Colts are looking good right now. You know, and we just, you know, I ain't mad at it. I'm good with the signing. You know, Sean, it is what it is. It's one of those things. Now we got to see how he gets used, and maybe he flourishes now that he has maybe a bigger role than he would have in Indianapolis. But Indianapolis was kind of wide receiver hungry as well. Like, you know, T.Y. Hilton wasn't playing a lot last year. And I can't really name the rest of their, I mean, I know they got Pittman, right? They got Pittman. Outside of that, I know they had a decent tight end for a while, but realistically, who beat him out? Like that's kind of my question, because he's always been their 3. How he went to Costco for a receiver after getting his own extension done. Yeah, man, Howie, I don't know. These couple moves after he got his extension have just been real sus. Like the whole letting go of Fletcher Cox and re-signing him for basically like $1 million less. You know, it's just like you should have done that before, because now it looks, you know, suspect to me. I don't know. Chief Keese, what up, bro? I see the bullish coming. Yeah, you know what it is. It's Eagle season. That's what it is. You know, once news comes out, you know, we got to go crazy. How we should get fired. Too late. We should have just let that contract go. We should. Hey, you know, I didn't make a video like real. I did make a video about it, but not a real long one. I mean, look, Howie Roseman, he deserved his extension. I would have probably waited till after the draft, but he definitely keeps this team afloat. Like, you know, we are a little bit I don't want to say greedy when it comes to our GM, but like we have a different perspective. Like if you ask other fan bases, they look at us and they're like, yo, honestly, I wouldn't mind having a GM like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, that can work the books like he has. And before we were getting good trades, we were getting good, but hey, these superstars, the NFL is changing, so people are getting to pick and choose where they want to go. You're gonna start seeing, you know, people just say no. It is what it is. We aren't the only ones that were getting turned down. Supersize and fresh fries. What's going on, Brian? What's going on, Papa Sora? Love the content, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Midwest Eagles fan, what's going on? JC Dub, what's going on? Colts will get Julio now. Possibly. Everybody's going everywhere but Philly. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I mean, Tyrann Mathieu, is it Matthew or Tyrann Matthew? I think it is. Honey Badger. Let's just stick to Honey Badger. He's been connected to Philly a couple times, mostly by me. No, I've seen some rumors saying that he, you know, there's some connection there. The latest rumor is that it's between the Cowboys and I think the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. You know, we're just like not in a lot of these people's minds. It sucks, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 60 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, you guys. We are on the road to 4K. You know what I'm saying? Get in the car before it fills up. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Do we go for Landry now? I don't like Landry. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Landry. I don't think that he's somebody that's going to, like, you know, be that next tier guy. And I think he'll be more expensive than he's worth. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You know, at this point, like, I really don't want to go wide receiver in the first round again. I really don't. I'd much rather you can sell me that you had to trade one of them and you got two defensive players, but I can't go with one defensive player in the first and then a wide receiver in the first and then we trade one. Or, you know, if we're going out there and trying to get a lot of offense in this draft, we're gonna lose. It's a losing bet right there, because that's just not what the strength of it is. Let me pull up Twitter just to make sure I'm not missing out on anything, because I do feel like whenever I go live, you know what I'm saying, I haven't gone live in a while, but whenever I go live, that's when news comes out. So I'm just gonna make sure I got that, and obviously y'all let me know if I miss anything. I know I'm mad behind on these comments. I have a feeling we won't go after Landry. I don't think we will. Zach Pascal's good. All right, well, we'll see. I'm gonna watch some of their games. You know what I'm saying? Drop in the comments what games I should watch, because I'll watch some of his games and I'll, you know, give you my real opinion when it happens. But I don't know. I'm not sure. 6'2" big guy. Howie. I mean, is 6'2" really that big? I'm 6'2". I'm like 6'2", 6'3". Big guy Howie, but I don't think this means first round receiver. I hope not. Still think DK is an option. I doubt it at this point. I just don't think we have the... I mean, we went after Calvin Ridley, so maybe we have the cojones to actually pull something off like that, but they don't make me think that they do. Like, the moves that we continuously make, especially these last couple years, I don't know, man. But it would make sense. At this point, it would make sense. I'd much rather you do that than go and draft a guy at 19, if I'm being honest. If you can give up number 19 for DK Metcalf, I'm all for it. Let's do it. I'll go pick up DK Metcalf. On God. It's a Nick Sirianni move. The guy he's comfortable with knows the offense. 16 touchdowns in 4 years, 4 per year. I agree with that, Herbert. I agree with that 100%, that it is something that I feel like Nick Sirianni said, hey, this is my guy. Let's bring him in and see what we could do with him. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully he can get the most out of him. I know that when Nick Sirianni was coaching him, he had his highest output, which I think was like 672 yards. Just a little bit of the research I did. I could be a little bit off on those numbers, but I'm pretty sure it was around there. So I know he had his best output with Nick Sirianni, but Will he be able to top that? Will he be able to top that? Because what was Quez Watkins' first year's numbers? I'm pretty sure he eclipsed 700. So, you know what I'm saying? You're really going to have to sell me on having to move Quez Watkins out of that spot. What's going on, Bird Gang 31? What's going on, brother? Lawrence D, we did good this offseason. That's my opinion. I respect that, Lawrence. You know, if you came into this offseason and said, let's just kind of run it back and let's just get better through the draft, which is a very viable option, very smart, you know, very money savvy, because we can go into next year now with a good amount of money, because don't forget, money rolls over, right? The cap space that we create this year can roll over into next year. So if we are in a position to move on somebody, like maybe a Calvin Ridley situation clears up, maybe we can throw a bag at him. Maybe somebody gets a little bit unhappy in their situation as far as a quarterback goes, we can throw a bag at them, or whatever it may be that we have to fill up. You know, next year we will have the cap space, we will have the assets to do it, but it's like you wanted to see a little bit today. You know, you wanted to see a little bit, but I'm sure we're not done. I'm almost 100% positive that we're not done. There's gonna be probably a couple smaller signings. You know, even the punter, I don't think that we're going into the year with a punter right now. So, you know, there's still a lot to be done. Rashawn says, not a fan of this pick. Seems like a Band-Aid for a broken arm. I respect that. I respect that. Zonata says, Eagles go after Trey Waynes. Possibly Pascal had Jacoby, Brissett, Phillip Rivers, Carson, and Brian Hoyer throwing him the ball too. Now we got Jalen Hurts. I mean, like, are we like... Oh yeah, oh no, it's not like he's going to Tom Brady. I mean, shout out to Jalen Hurts though. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. We got 75 people in here. Be sure to hit that like. Let's get to 60 likes. Let's hit 60. I don't even know what we're at because I'm not on YouTube right now. But watch how we trade for Jimmy G or Baker. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities. I've heard that Derek Carr might be on the move, which might be kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? You just got a top weapon for him and you're gonna move him on. I feel like they disrespect my guy Derek Carr so much. So it is what it is. Let's just make sure we don't. Yeah, that's, you know, it's funny because there's so many like differing opinions. Some people are saying, you know, it's a good signing, it's not bad. Some are like, this is terrible. I'm gonna kind of, what's going on, Big Play Slay? Love this signing a lot. Talk to me, Big Play Slay. Why you like this? Why do you like this signing? What does how we have on Lurie? We've been trying to figure that out for a long time. I'm more concerned with QBs delivering accurate passes opposed to these wide receivers. They are ready. It's the QB who needs to step it up. I respect that opinion, Randall. I tend to agree with you if I'm being 100% honest right now. Like, you know, Jalen has to make a big step. I think that we're going to live and die by him. We saw what we could do with his floor, right? Somebody asked me before, what did I think his floor was? And I think we saw it. I think that this is what he is at the very bare bones of who Jalen Hurts is. I think he's a solid quarterback that can make some plays with his arm and with his legs. Mostly with his legs right now. He needs to learn how to read the field. But if he can make a big step forward, especially when it comes to being a passer, sky's the limit if we're being 100% honest, right? You know, he has a bright future if he can just correct the most important thing about being a quarterback. So it's you know, I understand both sides of the coin. Philip Davis says we need to trade Rager and J-Jaw for a bag of Gatorade mix and a new kicking tee. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, Jake Elliott had himself a heck of a year. Let's go ahead and get him some help in this building, right? A new kicking tee might be that. The new Gatorade mix, you know, depending on what they're sending us. Don't send us none of that nastiness. The Digital Print House says, Mr. Castro, you in Tampa, holla at me if you need merch. I have full-fledged print shop, so let me know. Yeah, holla at me. You got Twitter, bro? I'm actually looking. I'm definitely looking. Hit me up on Twitter, at PhillyTP. I'm definitely looking. So if you're still in here, I appreciate you, bro. Definitely hit me up. Or Instagram. I got both, and they're both the same name. Welts, what's going on, brother? What's going on? See, I haven't seen some of y'all in so long, so I appreciate y'all coming through. It's like a family reunion up in here. Howie wants to give out low to mid contracts and wants people to come to Philly. It's a fact. It's a fact, and it's funny because I was talking to somebody about this, and I was talking about how the NFL is changing in the sense that these star players are now kind of getting to the point of the NBA where they kind of control more than even the front office. They have more of a say, which is good. I'm not mad about that at all. But I think a team that's going to really push back on that is going to be the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to be a team that's like, nah, we're not giving you these contracts. We'll figure it out then. And maybe that pushes Howie Roseman to be more of a drafter. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. If you know, he has to start saying, I got to figure out a way to consistently hit in the draft, I think we win, right? We win. And then that kind of helps you. If you can build a team, if you can build a team, build a destination, build a culture, which I feel like we have a good culture, right? We don't have the team that's that sexy. Like pairing somebody with Devontae Smith as far as a quarterback, that had a lure to it. And I'm sure Quez Watkins in a way and Dallas Goedert definitely had a lure to it, and our offensive line. But you got to have a team, right? And that defense probably scared a lot of people away. I said it before when we were talking about Russell Wilson, man. If we were to get Russell Wilson, he was coming into the same situation when it came to a defense. So do we go for another wide receiver? What's going on, Team Alert? You know, I think that we do, whether it's draft or free agency, we definitely do. Do we go for another one in free agency? Possibly. It would be interesting to see who's out there. But, you know, if we do, I don't know. I like Quez Watkins, so I'm not looking for a number 3. I think at very worst, he can be a number 3. I think he has potential to be a number 2. But, you know, if you want to get a guy that's, you know, a clear-cut talent, I'm cool with that too. But I'm not so quick to just throw him away. Big D says this is a great pickup for the Birds. I need to know why y'all like Pascal. You know what I'm saying? DeMarco Moore says, we missed out on the receivers we wanted. They all got signed for way more money we could have gave them. We had a deal for Ridley till he effed up. Yeah, so Pascal was signed. I agree. I respect that. I like that reasoning. I mean, that's how it feels. That's basically how it feels. We couldn't get the guys we really wanted, obviously. I don't even think that we couldn't get them. I think we just did not want to get to that number, right? We didn't want to give somebody 20 plus a year, because that's what we were going to have to do. We were going to have to give somebody 20 plus a year. So, and I saw it in the, like, you know, towards the end of the season, I was like, yo, Deuce is going to get paid this year, but I didn't think it would come to the fruition this crazy, because some guys are just getting paid outrageous. What's going on, D. Aldridge? The wide receiver, we're overpriced this year. If it's a good signing, we would have gotten Calvin Ridley if he had not gotten suspended for just a 3rd round pick. No, that's facts. That's facts. Honey Badger to Dallas is fake. Parsons said so himself. They have yet to talk to him. All right, good. Great number 2 behind Smith. You think so? We'll see. I mean, if he's good, hey, this was a great signing. If he's able to go out there and put up more than 600 yards, which, like, his top numbers were like 630, 640, something like that. I can't remember the exact number, so I'm not going crazy over it. Howie couldn't land any of the top 10 free agents, so we had to settle for a garbage time receiver. We need to go draft all UGA defensive players in this draft. I agree, Philip Davis. I agree 100%. Pascal was a solid pickup. He will take attention from Devontae. That's all we needed. Marcus Mariota to Atlanta for 2 years. Did that just happen? That just happened? Man, that's crazy. Yeah. That's weird, but why do that? Why do that? Why not just draft somebody? Like, they're probably going to draft somebody. Yeah, Ridley did mess up. He'll be 6'4" on the field. You're always bigger on the field. Damn, I'm like 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Breaking news, QB Marcus Mariota, the Falcons. I don't know why you do that if you're the Falcons. If you're the Falcons, why don't you just rebuild? Take your early pick next year. Take your cap. You know, you're going to have decent cap after this year. You know, just take that and run with it. Like, why get somebody that's going to win you like 6 or 7 games and you're going to be number 10, 11, 12, and you're going to have to still give up assets? It don't make no sense. Some teams need to just say, you know, whatever, bro. Like just throw in this season. It is what it is. We gotta get this right. DK will be cheap with him still being on his rookie contract, though. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay him. Maybe he waits till the end of the year, but if we wait till the end of the year, there's a chance that he just becomes a free agent. So you know, there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about that. What's going on, Marianne? Yeah, so I see a lot of people ain't mad. Oh, Reds 215 Eagles Philly says, damn, that's a long name. He says, we not about to do this. He's trash. Knights 1,800 yards in 4 years. That's what I'm saying. I mean, numbers don't tell the full story. Don't get me wrong. I will preach that for a lot of things, so I won't, you know, change it now. But yeah, it tells a pretty Pretty clear story right there, if I'm being honest. What's going on, Michi? What's going on, the GOAT Michi? I'm not mad, but we could have done better. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where we got to be right now. It is what it is. Hopefully somebody else comes. Throwing hate as usual. Yeah, I'm a hater. It is what it is. It is what it is. Tyron and Pat P are next picks. They like Davion Taylor and Sean Bradley, so I doubt we get a linebacker unless it's the draft. Look, if you could get Tyron and Pat P in here, then I could run it back with these linebackers. Why not? I could give it a try. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 100 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. You know what I'm saying? Derek Carr is going anyway. I hope not. I hope not, because they disrespect my guy, man. I don't like it. Right now, Rager's the odd man out, not Quez. I agree 100%, Steve. I agree 100%. Don't want Baker Mayfield in Philly. I don't either. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is what it is. If we do get him for cheap, it is what it is. But I don't need him. I don't need him. I'd rather just see what we got in Jalen Hurts, man. I'd rather just see. I like this move as well. Man, I've been praying for Howie to make this happen. He's the next Randy Moss. Oh, what a move by Howie. Sean, I feel like you're being sarcastic. I hope you are. I wanted Julio. Is he signed yet? Did he sign yet? I'm not going to lie. I really only follow Eagles news. So if it ain't about the Eagles, I really don't care that much. So my Twitter's probably not the place for me to look, at least, because my timeline is literally just Eagles. Reminds me of a Torrey Smith signing. That's an interesting signing. That's an interesting. I mean, Torrey Smith was a decent addition. Obviously, he wasn't healthy much, but when he was on the field, he did what he had to do. Could he take the top off the field? Is that something that Zach Pascal can do? Hey, he's a veteran. Yeah, we wanted a vet, right? So there we got a vet. He's 6'4", 250. He's like 6'2", he's 6'4", is he 6'6" next? He's going to be 7 foot tall in about 10 minutes. Quez in the slot isn't a bad idea. I wouldn't be mad at it. I just don't know if Zach Pascal's not a number 2. Who's going to see Zach Pascal on the screen of Madden and be like, oh, this is, I got to, I got to make sure I got Zach Pascal covered, because if I don't got, he's going to kill us today. Like, nobody's going to say that. All the attention's still going to be on the same people. This doesn't change anything for me. This don't change anything for me. Let me see if I could go in the rumors here. Yeah, see, that's way better. Every time I see we got Zach Pascal. Look at that, Zach Pascal. Why would I wouldn't even report that. Like, Smith, Quez, Pascal, no more Rager. Pascal was a good signing. He's a Nick guy. Yeah, he's definitely a Nick Sirianni guy. Head coaches bring their guys. I still say we should draft Jameson Williams. He's not going to touch the field for at least a couple months, if I'm not mistaken. If he even touches the field this year, why would Raiders do that? Do they actually know football? That's what I'm saying. Somebody said that it's not true that Derek Carr is not going nowhere. I hope not, because that would be dumb. That would be really dumb. Unless you're trying to go for like a Baker, but I don't know. Derek Carr did all that like in the midst of all that drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Shout out to everybody in here, man. 115 in the chat. 115. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up. Can we hit 100 likes? The Raiders are going to extend Carr, Joe. He ain't leaving Vegas. He shouldn't, Marianne. He really shouldn't. I think that he's been very solid throughout his career. I think he's had terrible teams and terrible staffs. I mean, look at last year. It was a poop show. And didn't they make the playoffs, or like almost make the playoffs? I would prefer if Howie traded for Devontae Parker from the Dolphins. You talking about? We need a safety. I agree, Trevor. Like look, I think what you do. I mean, I don't think this is like breaking news, right? Whatever you do in free agency obviously kind of dictates what you do in the draft. And my thought process was, let's figure out the wide receiver position since it's so many of them. You know what I mean? Like, let's try and figure that out in the free agency. This way you can just focus on defense. But the way that they're getting to, like, you're going to probably have to draft a guy. And you're going to have to hope that he, gives you a lot of, or at least a good amount of production in year one. What's going on, Ninja Boy? Jalen's trash. I feel you, man. I feel you, bro. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Ridley and Quez are basically the same wide receiver. Do you think so? You really think so? Like level wise, you think? I don't know. I see what you're saying. They definitely, yeah, the same type. I see what you mean. Yeah. But I like Ridley. Ridley's nice. Ridley's different. He definitely would have been probably our number one if we're being honest. When you look at the young quarterbacks in the league, Jalen Hurts doesn't compare to anyone. He's a quarterback, but not a franchise quarterback. Philly fans should demand better. That's deep, Jason. That's deep, man. Who's my favorite NBA team? I don't know if y'all want to know that. You know what I'm saying? The Nets. Brooklyn. Yeah, people don't like when I do that. Bad quarterback draft class. Next year is a better class, and Arthur Smith was his OC in Tennessee. Trevor Ford, exactly. How, when it's proven that Gardner Minshew has a way better arm and is way more accurate and can read a defense, how come he hasn't gotten his shot? I'm ready to see Minshew throw the ball. I think Minshew's good, but I wouldn't say like he's proven any. I mean, he was on a very bad Jaguars team. He put up really good numbers if we're being 100% honest. And, you know, obviously when he came in against the Jets were dismantled when they played. And he played well. He played well, but I don't know. I don't think that, you know, I like Gardner Minshew, and I did kind of say that he should probably start and he should be in an actual competition with Jalen Hurts. But I think if you lose a competition to Gardner Minshew as Jalen Hurts, it says more about Jalen Hurts than it does Gardner Minshew. So, you know, I think, you know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what Jalen Hurts does this year. I don't think that last year was even close to enough from his production, from him as a thrower, you know, of the football, him as a consistent quarterback. I don't think it was enough. So we have to see if he takes this next step. That's, I mean, you know, it's not, a lot of people want to poo-poo it off and say it's, oh, you're hating on the quarterback, give him time. We're giving him time. He's got time, but he's got to do it this year. Atlanta is drafting a quarterback, first round, you know who really wins, man? What's going on, Christian? You know who really wins is the Giants, because now the Giants are in a position that they can go ahead and trade that 5th pick, and whoever tries, because Carolina is probably primed to take a quarterback, and then now the Falcons, right? So one of those teams might call up the Giants and just be like, hey, what can we do? What can we do? I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Washington got the better Colts cast off. Yeah, he did. He did average 10 yards a catch. Has any players we got from Indy been a game changer? Who have we gotten from Indy? I can't think of anybody we've actually gotten from Indy. Patrick Peterson is washed. I mean, he'll be all right for a year. This dude said Baker to Philly. I hope not. I hope not. Brady trying to get Julio in Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be surprised. I live in Tampa, so if they come out here, maybe they'll give me an interview. You know what I'm saying? We could go chill somewhere and we could just talk football. I don't really like Brady. You know, I really don't like Brady. Just as a person, I don't know. I'm a hater. I guess I am a hater. How do you feel about this move? I'm just joining. Raphael, I'm not mad at it. I just think that it's an underwhelming move. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really change anything, in my opinion. You got a little bit of depth, but it doesn't really change anything. So Pascal slow, could have at least went speed like Byron Pringle from Chiefs. Yeah, that's what I was been saying, Ernest. You're the first person that has actually said something about Byron Pringle. Every time I bring up Byron Pringle, everybody's like, oh. Yeah, I would at least went with somebody like that. Like, that has been buried behind talent. Like, that's my thing. Who has Pascal been behind? You know, we're acting like Pascal's like some guy that, you know, I mean, it's a 1-year deal. So I guess, you know, there's not much you can really expect from it. We need Laviscus or Julio Jones. I'll take either one. I would take Laviscus in a second. If they, you know, I wonder what he would cost. But Zach Pascal is what we wanted J-Jaw to be. I like how you changed the name. Undrafted. Yeah, he was undrafted. We can still get MVS. I wouldn't mind that. From Packers, you're talking about Marquise Van... I can't say his name. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. From the Packers. I wouldn't mind that. He's pretty fast. He's like 6 foot. He's not bad, especially when, you know, the top guys leave. He was definitely getting hit his, but you're also getting passes thrown to you from Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know. Derek Carr was part of the reason from DeMonte Smith coming. Why you say that? They lost Ruggs too. Greg Ward is going to assume the role again. Greg Ward is no longer with this team. Carr is the reason Adams went to the Raiders. Oh, I was like, wait, what? Devontae Adams. I was like, I thought you said Devontae Smith. I'm gonna try and go and catch up. Can Pascal block? That's the question. What's going on where you hiding? Lafayette Kathy, what's going on? Eagles beat those bum Cowgirls. Every year, that's what we're gonna do. That's all that really matters right now. As long as they know that we are getting the Honey Badger. I hope so. I truly, truly hope so. Let's get these likes up. We got 130 in the building. Let's get up to 100 likes. Can we get this up to 100 likes? I appreciate y'all if we can get this up to 100 likes. We at 71 right now. I think people still forgetting that Jalen's first year, basically this coming season, is his true judgment year. No, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this for another year. This is not his first year. All right? I think the Eagles have legit interest in Pickett. They might. I know they RSVP'd to his pro day, them and like 8 other teams, but they definitely looking at him. And imagine Philadelphia if we pick him at number 15. Imagine that. I'm hearing Honey Badger in the mix. I would love that. I would love for Honey Badger to come here. Hopefully we can steal Zadarius Smith somehow. That would be dope too. That would definitely be dope. Keep up with your Hurts hating. You just have no clue. Greek Warrior, I missed you, bro. I missed you. I missed you, man. I haven't seen you come in here and capitalize stuff nonsensically in a while. It's been a minute. Gardner has a weak arm. I'd rather see Birds get Baker. I feel you. I don't really like Baker. I think that, look, you know, I'm not one to lie about, you know, how I feel about Jalen Hurts, but I think that leadership does play a part, and at least people want to play for him. You go put somebody out there like Baker Mayfield, and these guys don't click, it's not going to be pretty, and it's not worth it. So if you're trying to develop a team, at least have a guy that can be a solid locker room guy and get people to come together a little bit. What's going on, Unbreakable Blocks? What's going on, Marlins? Solid signing of Pascal. I'm just counting down to the draft. So is Howie. So is Howie, apparently. He said, glad you got glasses. Hopefully you can see better now what Hurts actually can do. Yeah, I've always had these glasses, dog. So I say, that's funny, though. Okay, Eagles players tweeting about it. Wishful thinking possibly, but Slade redid his contract. I would love to get Tyrann Mathieu in here. That would be, whew, I would shut up. I would sit here and eat crow. These Eagles are pretty much done with free agency, just a bunch of small moves. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. That is what I'm thinking. Byron Pringle would actually be great ad. I didn't even think of that. That's what I've been trying to tell these people, VJ. I've been trying to tell people. What's going on, BLSG? What's going on, D. Lee? You all have a decent team, but the biggest question mark is the QB. That's true. Ward got re-upped. Okay, then let me shut up. My bad. Then what's this? I don't get. You just basically signed 2 Greg Wards. That makes no sense. Jets could be willing to trade the 10th pick. I wouldn't mind doing that for an elite talent. Depends on who drops, and it depends on how much you got to give up. I don't really want to give up 2 first-round picks to move up 5 rounds. You know, maybe we could do it for like a first and like a 4th or something like that, or a 3rd. Yeah, I know Scott came back. I didn't see Ward. That's my fault. Or I just didn't remember it. You know what I'm saying? I mess up too. I mess up sometimes. I'd send a first for DK right now. I probably would. If Pickett is there, they take him. It's looking like that. We've shown a lot of interest. I'd take Jimmy G over Mayfield, but I don't want either. I don't want either. I'm not even gonna pick one or the other. I just don't want either one. Be the new B-Dog. He could, like, that's the thing. If he comes out here and we start being good, he's gonna be attributed to that, and then we gonna love Tyrann Mathieu. I like his swag, and he's not soft. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those dudes that's gonna talk back, and that's what we need. We need somebody in this, like, you look at a lot of these basketball players that are stars, they talk back to these dudes now. I don't really like LeBron like that, but LeBron will talk back to a fan. If you're talking junk to him, he's gonna talk. But we need players like that in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Not people that are gonna deactivate their Twitter. We need people that are gonna be like, man, what are you talking about? Like Slay. Slay will literally come at your neck. Like Fletcher Cox will come at your neck. But I don't know. Some of these dudes are just soft, man. What's going on, Pro? I know you don't like the Pascal signing, but serious question, would he complement the wide receiver core to the point where everybody else may shine? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think he adds anything different from what you already had on this team. I think that it's you know, look, obviously, you know, comfortability with a player is important. Comfortability with a scheme as a player is important, just as important, right? But, you know, this was just, I know him, me and him go back, so let's sign him. I don't really think that this does anything. This doesn't really move the meter in any way. Like, you got a solid player, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Ernest, it depends on how much they want, right? Tyron and Pat P ain't gonna play for free, unfortunately. Those were bars. I hope y'all all heard that. This means bye-bye, JJ. We can only hope. We're under a slight risk here in Texas for a tornado, so I'm multitasking, tracking the storm. Oh, man, I hope y'all safe, Unforgiven. I hope you safe. What's going on, Gillette? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I haven't seen a lot of y'all, man. Let me just make sure I'm not. Lamar, what's going on, brother? Baker will talk back. Yeah, I don't want Lamar. Lamar, what's good, brother? I hope you good, man. Hope it's not too cold out there in Colorado. I think we would have to pay for Tyrann Mathieu. He's out there. He's a premium safety left. Yeah, wide receiver room is C- at best. I agree. Just joined. Is Pascal any good? He's solid. He's solid, right? But he's not going to move the meter. He's definitely not going to move the meter. Fulgham's still on the roster. What the F happened? On their roster. He's on their team. Just got here, but let me say, out of 94 receivers on PFF, Pascal is ranked 94th. You know where Rager was, 91st. Hey, that's what we want. Look at that. We actually made it to the bottom of the... I don't know if I missed your comments. I apologize, but I do got to get out of here. I appreciate everybody stopping by, man. It's been a minute. Oh, I thought you actually had something to say, man. I thought you actually had something to say, Jason. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, man. It has been a minute, but I am going to get back on my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing these lives far more often than I have, so I appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe from Springfield, Massachusetts. What's going on, Swan? I'm from up north, so shout out to you. But yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, man. We do this all the time. And we have a lot of interviews. I know a lot of y'all are probably new. Go check out the interviews. Just had Jay Ajayi on, had Ryan Carey. Go check it out. Hours of content. But I am out of here. Love y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season hit, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.